Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist, and it's that time of the year again. It's Sephora sale time. Let's go ahead and talk my current Sephora favorites, maybe what you want to put on your loves list for the sale that is upcoming while I get ready for my day. So if you want to check it out, please keep watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you know when my next video is live, and thanks for being here. Okay, friends, are you guys ready for the Sephora sale? Do you guys get excited about it like I do? I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of new product launches lately. So many favorites that I've been wearing a lot, and I haven't even shared them yet. So let's go ahead and get ready. I actually have somewhere to be tonight, which is rare. It's a work thing for my husband. And so it is still early here. My face has to last all night. I just put on a fresh set of nails. Let's do this. It's becoming like a routine. This might be my new favorite set yet. Lollipop, Super Stick Manny, Olive and June. It is officially baseball season here in the Martin household. Softball and baseball, all three kids. I'll be living at the ballpark for the next, I don't even know, through summer. Our school color is red, if you haven't noticed. And so I was like, I gotta red it up. It's time. And I love this. You know what they say about a classic red nail? Lollipop. I'm here for it. I have to share with you guys, I feel like I'm always looking down into my little mirror as I'm getting ready with y'all. Like this, like my head's like, you guys get to see my part. And so I was like, I'm gonna get a mirror, like a hand mirror, so that you guys, so that you guys can see better. And so, off of Target, okay? You guys know me. I love me some Target. And I was like, oh, it's so cute. It's like tortoise shell. I'm not even gonna fully open it because it is definitely going back. But I was like, this is a joke, right? There was a picture of her using it. It was this size in the picture. It looks like a doll mirror. I'm like, in what world could someone actually see or utilize this in any way? Does anybody understand what that is? I started laughing so hard. I was like, is this a joke? Is somebody punking me? What is this tiny little box? What did I order? That would be my mirror. So instead, we're gonna bust out the fancy mirror. Have you guys seen this? It lights up. Okay, I have no excuse. I should be able to see no matter how blinding the natural light is while we do our face. Longwear. Let's do this. Okay, skincare. You guys know me. I have a lot of skincare I love from Sephora. So those will be completely separate. Graphics, the whole 9 yards. I will put all of those up on LTK and Shop My. But what about skin prep? Because there's a lot of skincare I could have put on before I did this makeup. Let me show you what I used. Did a little micellar cleanse, and I went in with my favorite. This is Dam's Citrus Glow Vitamin C and Hyaluronic. So it's hydrating. It's got a gentle ascorbic acid. This is my antioxidant protection and hydration. Starting to warm up here, but I'm still a little dry. So I went in with my Extreme Cream by In Beauty. This is just the small size that I keep here at my vanity. The big one is in the bathroom. And if you haven't seen, I thought these were the same thing for the longest time. And I was like, wait, until I saw them next to each other. Okay. The reason why they're the same size is because their stuff is refillable, which is awesome. This is the brand new Extreme Cream Eye. I did put this on earlier today because if you have ever tried this, it's like rich yet thin. Like it goes on, gives you that glass skin instantaneous. It is silicone free. The eye, I feel like, is thicker real quick. I'm gonna put the same size dollop of each on my hand, so maybe it's visible. There's, whoops, there is, these nails are getting in the way. There's just the moisturizer, and then here is the eye cream, and you'll see the moisturizer gives a very glassy looking finish to the skin. This feels more lightweight than the eye cream, which I don't want to say it seems backwards. Usually a lot of times eye creams are kind of serum-y or gel-like to where they'll really like dry down, not be too heavy around the eyes. But I'm telling you, I've been using this. It just launched maybe a couple weeks ago, and it is extremely hydrating for overnight. This is going to be my overnight eye cream for sure. When you're gonna put it on right before makeup, it might be a little, I don't wanna say too thick, but it's almost hard to get out just a tiny bit. Like that little amount would have been enough for both of my eyes. A little goes a long way because it's very rich. That being said, there's a lot of ceramides in here, peptides, all of this goodness that has great clinical data. I just feel like if you're gonna be sitting down to do your makeup and you want an eye cream to like immediately put on and go in with your makeup, this might be too long to absorb before you go in with makeup. Does that make sense? So that being said, I did put it on this morning because my under eyes need it, especially lately. But if you're like me and in the morning and you want something that's gonna quickly absorb and also depuff that eye area, I would say go in with the Caffeine Eye Cream by the Inky List. It's very lightweight. It's almost like gel-like, and it absorbs super quickly, but will depuff. And so when I'm in like a pinch, I use something like this. Again, I keep it right here because this is like perfect for under makeup. I'm gonna try not to go through like a ton of options, just some of my favorites. Now you guys know me, I like to explain who and why and what's good for who. I'm gonna give you a few options on some things, but for the most part, I'm just gonna share with you guys my favorite at the time of this video. Sunscreen. These are 3 of my holy grails that are all available at Sephora. You guys know Glow Screen, I wear shade Golden Hour. This will give you a glowy look to your skin. If you don't like that, if you have oily skin, skip it. Another glowy one, but this one is mineral. So if you don't like chemical sunscreens, if they burn your eyes, the In Beauty, I can wear fair medium. I also have the darker one. This one almost, the fair medium almost gives me like a brightening effect. It's almost pinky toned in comparison to how dark medium deep is. It is so here. I wish they had a shade in between because I do mix these occasionally. So here is fair medium and here is medium deep. You can kind of tell this one's got more of that pinky undertone. And this one looks beautiful on my skin, don't get me wrong, but this one is almost like a bronzer by itself. So I have to kind of do equal 50-50 mix, which I can because they're the same formula, but also glowy finish to the skin. I'm like a broken record. If you have to get one sunscreen, lightsaber. The tinted is barely tinted. To me, it just kind of looks peachy. I have this on right now. It just barely has just enough to where it's not gonna give you a white cast, but this has this most beautiful whipped texture to where it just, you want to apply it. It's like a joy to apply it. It is mineral, and the only downside is it's only SPF 33. So sometimes when I wear this, I will layer it with something else for an additional SPF higher protection. But this is one of my favorite sunscreens to apply. So since I already have my sunscreen and all my skincare on, I am gonna go ahead and prime. Now, you guys probably know by now, I'm a big believer, you don't need a primer if your skincare and your sunscreen is doing its job. You are using the right skincare before makeup, you don't need a primer, okay? I believe that wholeheartedly. Now, there are times where it's a great idea. So for me, I want all night wear. And so I am going to get a longevity primer to kind of give my makeup a little bit of a tack so it doesn't budge, because I'm going to be wearing this a little bit longer than I typically do. So, and I mean, I feel like my skin is lacking a glow. I did use a Lightsaver. I did not use a glowy sunscreen. So to get that glow back, I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip and Glow. There also is a non-glowy version, but I am just going to, this one has this beautiful golden, oh, it's so pretty. So we're just gonna go ahead and use this everywhere. I'm not gonna apply a ton. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my fingers. It's gonna kind of bounce that light, and it's just gonna give a little bit of grip so the foundation has something to adhere to. This one is good for all skin types. I really don't think that you have to avoid this or anything like that. And there's also no silicones if you're looking for that. The other time I think it's a great idea to use a primer is if you are oily, you need a little bit of extra help, maybe just in certain areas of your face to avoid excess oil production. Normally during the year, I never use one, but I will be honest, in the summer, your sebum production automatically gets amplified. So if you're oily all year round, you might need extra help in the summer, but for somebody like me with normal skin, sometimes I just want a little bit of extra oil blocking capabilities under my makeup. So that's when I will go in with something like the Milk line has amazing silicone-free products, and they have this black line, which is the mattifying line. So it's called Pore Eclipse. They have the mattifying primer. This is just the small size, and then also the stick. So you can just kind of rub it on if you're just oily in the T-zone. I will pick this up for any makeup if I want a little bit of extra oil blocking magic. And another favorite Sephora product would be this Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. This is one of those products that I'm like, it's kind of just skincare that you'd put on before makeup. Technically, you can call it a primer, but really, it's just giving this beautiful hydration to your skin so that your makeup lays better, which, to be honest, you can get from a normal moisturizer, right? But this has the most incredible texture. I almost just want to put on a little bit under my eyes for a little extra hydration right here, where I feel like when I do my skincare in the morning and then it's been an hour or two before I go in with makeup, I can really feel it, right? I can really see where my skin just needs a little extra help. I'm getting older. But the texture of this is divine. It's I call it cashmere. I think they call it cashmere. Cashmere somewhere. It feels like cashmere. It is silicone free, but it has this almost blur and softness that silicones typically lay over the skin. So I love this one. As usual, I'm already talking too much about every product. So let's go ahead and prime the lips and eyes. Right now I've got the Outset. This is Lip Oasis. Another really great brand to wear under the makeup, silicone free. If you're looking for really great skincare, this line. It is Scarlett Johansson's line, and it is now in Sephora. And I always put something on before I plump my lips so my lips don't turn bright red, because they do every time. So this is my lip plumper of choice at the moment, which would be Dr. Dennis Gross. And for a Sephora primer, you can't go wrong with Urban Decay Primer Potion. This one is in the shade Eden, which I thought would be my skin color. It's a little light. but it can kind of like cancel out veins and discoloration like I have in one nice easy step. A touch too light for me, but if you're lighter than me, it might be the perfect tone. Now, if you like to maybe like underpaint, use a bronzing type situation under a foundation. Here are 3 of my favorites. The Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. Why I love this one, it has 2. You can either squirt it out, use a brush, paint it on, or use the doe foot, paint it on. I love this. It goes on like a sheer serum. Super good. I mainly use this under makeup for like extra glow, especially when I'm feeling pale. It gives me color. The one is M Beauty Face Glaze. This is the bronze one. This is more of like a gel type situation, and it has that bronze glow, but it's not super dark. I feel like a lot of people could wear this. It gives just the right amount of like that shimmer. So if you didn't use something like the Milk shimmery primer or a sunscreen, and then you want to add it at this step, this would be a good one for that. I'm gonna go ahead and try this Sarah Creel. It's called Brilliant Repair Shield, and they just came out with a new color called Vacation. Now this is an SPF 50 illuminating serum. So this is like a sunscreen. Now, I will say, let me back up. There's no way you could use enough of this. First of all, you would go through it in 3 uses, but use enough of this to give your full face adequate protection on its own. Again, it's more of like a layering. You want to get extra SPF protection. You could use something like this under your makeup as the bronzing step and build up your protection. So this is very watery, very serum-like. I feel like it goes on very sheer. So I'm just gonna use this to kind of underpaint in a very subtle, natural way. Like, to me, this would be absolutely beautiful. No makeup days. This is how I foresee myself using this summer. No makeup days. I have my sunscreen on, and then I'm just gonna use this to add glow and a little bit of bronze to the face, and then go in with another product of hers, which I'll share in a minute, just to offer coverage where I need it. It is beautiful. Can you see that? But it looks so natural on the skin. Now, I want full foundation today, so this is why I'm gonna use it under, but this summer, whew, this is going to be a staple, and it only took a few drops. It's really, really beautiful. All right, let's do complexion. So you guys probably know by now, usually if I have an event, I am wearing Saint. But I have been dabbling way more in the skin tint realm. I feel like they're having a moment. So if you're wanting a full video on skin tints, reviews, all the ones I've been trying, I've been testing so many, and I really haven't talked about many. I've been wearing them a little bit on IG, but 2 of my very favorites. So I was saying before, if I wanted to layer up with SPF protection, I definitely go in with this one from CL, the Tint and Protect. It has got a SPF 50, beautiful formulation. I'm sure I'll be wearing that on repeat all summer, and it's mineral. And then the Milk Hydro Grip, beautiful formulation as well. I think it is super hydrating and long wearing, especially for a skin tint, but I'm not gonna wear these 2 today because I'm going to experiment. You probably saw that this is very viral. I've actually filmed on it and I've never shared any of these. So stay tuned, I will show you guys. But the Dior foundation stick. This is the Skin Perfect. It is a cream. This is one of the fastest like medium coverage foundations I feel like I've ever used. If you can get past the smell, it has that, it is very floral, very fragranced. If you don't like fragrance, stay away from this. Now this is not cheap. So I feel like the Sephora sale is a great time to like get some of these more expensive products that you've been wanting to try. And so I'm pretty sure I bought this maybe at the last Sephora sale. It's good. It really is good. It's a really great way, but it is definitely medium coverage. Now I don't like it fully on the face because it's too much coverage for my preference, but I don't want to go the skin tint route for tonight. I want a little bit more coverage. I would like in between, so we're just gonna test. I'm sure you guys saw Hailey Bieber like mix this with her glazing milk. Beautiful. I have tried that. It is also beautiful. I'm gonna try it with the new Patrick Star One Size Base Thinner, B12 Base Thinner. This is literally designed to thin out formulations to make them lighter and less coverage. So I have not tried it with this yet. So we shall see how this goes. Now, I've shared with this before, it has a pearl to it. It's got like a pink, little bit of shimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my hand. I'm going to, like it looks probably too dark for me. I promise it matches. And we're just going to see how this goes. I'm already doing it. I'm already leaning, but I can't hold my mirror and do this at the same time. I'm telling you guys, makeup's too much fun to just wear it the same way every day. Gotta experiment, right? Okay, there's the side. Can you see how much coverage that gave? And I barely used anything. I still have so much product up here. Too shimmery either. I was kind of afraid of putting extra shimmer on top of the primer I already had, but pretty, right? Yeah, I like. There's a lot of pigment in this stick. I'm just using the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. Again, one of my favorites. I'm just kind of slowly moving into more pigment. Kind of like priming the brush. If you guys ever watch Katie Jane Hughes, you really kind of load the brush and use what's on your brush without picking up more product. Okay, I'm really impressed. I mean, I've tried this before and it's really good and that's what it's designed for. I still have a lot of pigment on my hand, but I don't feel like I need any more. And I'm still gonna get a little bit more coverage. Wearing the shade 3N, 3 Neutral Dior stick. Highly recommend, super pretty. Now, I put a little bit around the eyes, but I kind of wanted to color correct, or if you need a color corrector, here are my two favorites. The Ole Henriksen, I hope this one's at Sephora. I think I bought it from his website, is a color correcting stick. This is the shade Apricot, and it's kind of just like a nice orange to cancel out blue and purple. And then I've shared this before, the Huda Beauty. This is the shade Peach Faux Filter Color Corrector. This one's a lot darker, more peach. This one's Huda, this one's Ole. I don't know how to say his name, I never can. So I'm just gonna take it off the back of my hand because I feel like you need so very little of that I always end up applying too much. And I'm just gonna hit the inner corners with the Huda to kind of cancel out the darkest part of my inner corner. So if you have a concealer you love or whatever it might be, even if you wear Saint, but like maybe your color corrector isn't quite dark enough, it's not hitting the blue, maybe you don't want to use a color corrector that's a highlight shade and you just want to kind of use something different, your concealer's not doing the job, grab a color corrector. It'll last you forever because you literally won't need much. Next, we're gonna go into concealers. Now, I have been trying way too many concealers. I'll be honest. Sometimes I'm like, is it just because I have more mature skin than the people that say that they love this or what? But I'm like, this is my biggest problem area. Under the eyes, I'm not super dark, but I have enough dark that I need to color correct. And I have enough texture that traditional concealers make me look dry, and that's not even an area that's dry. I just have a lot of fine lines and texture there that I do not want to look worse. Only two at the time of this video that I could say I highly recommend for mature eyes. And that would be the Glossier Balm Concealer. This stretch concealer is incredible. Leave it to a cream. I mean, creams just do it better. And this one is the only liquid I've ever found that I think is magical. And it doesn't surprise me because this is a brand designed for women 40 plus. So if you haven't heard of Sarah Creole, this is the Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer. So she describes it as a one dip formula, meaning you can open this up and this is as much product as you're gonna need for your entire face. So say you're not gonna wear any complexion product, you just want to color correct around the eyes, nose, chin, cheeks. You don't have to dip back in and get more. I fully concur. A little goes a very long way with this. So I'm just going to barely touch where I need extra coverage, and that will spread to these areas. Sides of my nose where I have some dark spots, darker areas here. I like to color correct blemishes, obviously. Now that foundation mixture really did cover up my dark spots pretty well in most of these areas, like in my contour line. So I'm not gonna need too much, but pretty much just any dark spots. And then she has a concealer brush as well, which is beautiful. Very nice. Definitely more on the luxury end of the spectrum as far as Sephora is concerned, in my opinion. But everything I've tried from her is fantastic. So if you're looking for more budget friendly Glossier, this is amazing as well. I wear medium 1 and I'm wearing 5.0 in Sarah Creole. So I'm just gonna use this and kind of blend it in. I don't feel like you need to wait on this product either, like some other products. But I don't know about you guys, but if you have mature skin and you've ever just been like, oh, well, I see them use a little concealer here, and then like by the end of the day, you're looking and it just looks dry and cakey in that area. Oh my gosh, this is why I stopped wearing concealer for 8 years. This formula is different. There's something about it. So I'm just gonna use this and even out the entire eye area. It sits lovely. Okay, moving on because I'm talking too long again. Bought this last year's Sephora sale. Already hit pan, like big time hit pan. This, if you're a Saint lover, is like Xanadu bronzer, but a little bit more, I don't even know. It reminds me of Xanadu. It's like a sheer, glowy, foolproof bronzer. If you're scared of bronzer, OMG, this is beautiful. So this is Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I'm wearing the shade medium dark. And This is my no makeup, like this is what I've been grabbing, to be honest. Like I just grab this and give myself a little bit of enhancement. Now I had a little bit on under, obviously, but now if you don't like glow, stay away from this. This definitely adds more luminosity, makes your skin look alive. You might not believe me, but to me, I really do believe there is a thing as being too glowy, but this is such a like natural, it's not glittery. And if you're looking for a bronzer for like a no makeup summer type situation, I'm telling you, I'm going to be using this all summer with my sunscreen under it. It's gonna be glorious. If you don't like glow and you just want a really quick, easy bronzer, the LYS sticks, these blend like butter, but they are definitely warm. So if you don't like warmth, there's not really any shades that I feel like aren't pretty dang warm. This is the shade Harmony. Why not just use both? I also have the contour stick from Dior. This is shade 3 medium. It's a little dark for me. This is the shade medium. But I'm gonna add just a little bit using, I love this Patrick Ta contour brush. Beautiful. I'm gonna just add a little bit of shadow since I'm going out not during the day. Just a little bit. I don't know if you can even tell. I definitely feel like that bronzer gives sculpt even though it's not cool. Okay, and then I can be a little bit more ham on the forehead. And most certainly you can just like draw this on. This shade is just so dark. It is a little bit harder for me to blend out. So if you're wanting a stick that you can easily kind of draw on, I would say if you're my complexion, go lighter than medium, which is normally not the case, but for me, this shade's a little dark. So this is the Patrick Ta Nose Contour Brush, which has the most genius shape I've ever seen. If you can't nose contour, this brush will change your life. Like, look at that. And I just use it under the lip as well. This also has the same florally fragrance. So if you don't like fragrance, just steer clear of everything Dior, I suppose. I'm looking very snatched and very bronzed. Very bronzed. But that's okay. The hardest category for me to narrow down is most certainly blushes. I have quite a few. So LYS has beautiful cream blushes that wear great, easy to apply, love them. You guys have seen, I've talked a lot about these liquids. I like Hourglass, it's pricey, but this serum blush is beautiful. This is the Unreal Liquid Blush. It is almost like second skin and it does last. Other one that I feel like is a little bit more blurring, which is why it's probably called Blush Filter, is these Huda ones. And I just got this new shade for summer. One of the newest launches, which is Sunset Lychee. And I want to wear her because she's pretty. Ooh, one of my favorite colors from Patrick Ta is she's seductive. This is the most perfect nude blush, and you do get a cream and a powder. So if you use this method where you really want to like put on a cream, get the glow, lock it in for all day wear with the powder, or Patrick Ta's method is the opposite. Powder, then add the glow back with the cream. I am gonna go ahead and use this cream because this is the most beautiful neutral. And I'm just going to give myself a really neutral flush. You can use this cream also on the lips. It's just a beautiful rosy nude in my opinion. Again, it's kind of like perfect for the no makeup days. Then I'm gonna add Sunset Lychee. A little goes a long way with these. I love these blush filters. The formulation is gorgeous. And it gives a little glow, which is probably why I like them. But I really like layering blush tones lately. And thin layers means your blush is not going to fade through the day. Pretty, very summery. Now, the other thing I would say I also love from Sephora at the moment is the new Glow recipe, which is, what do they call it? Watermelon Glow Dewy Flush. So this is like designed for like a no makeup type blush situation. And I have the color Berry Flush. And these are absolutely gorgeous. They give a glow. They do smell like watermelon. The watermelon shade is more of a cooler pink. And then this, oh, it's so pretty. I mean, I don't need to put on another liquid or I would. So pretty. But, you know, I was saying no makeup. This is what I would grab for those days where I'm not really wearing full foundation. I just want a little bit of color on my cheeks. I typically grab that or one of these. It's kind of that thinner consistency, and this one I really like from Hourglass. The liquids, I really love a liquid for a no makeup look. Since we always lock everything in with powders when we're going long wear, which color? I am obsessed with the Tower 28's newest launch as well, the Get Set. Now, if you are like, Sarah, I hate cream blushes, I hate liquid blushes, I have a lot of larger pores in that area, I don't want extra glow, I want blurring, then this is gonna be for you. The Tower 28 Get Set is made for blurring. I have Sawtell Slushy. Samo Spritzer is like a beautiful everyday nude shade. My daughter wanted this color. It's very on trend, Malibu Cooler. I'm gonna go in with Sawtell Slushy. This is such a pretty shade. And I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty 112 because these are very pigmented. I'm not gonna apply much. I'm just going to set and kind of blur and leave this right here a little glowy. If you have issues with your blush, no matter what kind of blush you're applying, I feel like multiple blushes will give you that dimension that a lot of times you'll see on social media and you don't realize that they're wearing multiple shades. It adds so much life to your face and better for longevity as well. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and set my bronzer areas. I'm gonna use the other end of the Patrick Ta and this LYS. This is the No Limits matte bronzer in the shade medium, which is Harmony as well. I used to always do this, and again, it gave me so much more dimension when I'm just like setting layers, thin layers, creams and powders. They work so well. Do not be scared of a powder. I think I was scared of powders for a really long time until I started experimenting with different formulations, and it's come such a long way. And you can wear powders if you have mature skin. It's just what powder, how you're applying it. you got to know a few things, but before I do that, let's go ahead and make sure we don't have any creasing. And let's talk loose powders. So if you're gonna be setting your face, I'm not talking baking, nothing like that. We're talking just setting, I want all day wear. My favorites are Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin. I wear Neutral Peach. The one that is so viral is the Huda Beauty. This is the little mini, which I think is the cutest thing ever. And this is Cherry Blossom Cake. Pink is not the best color for me. I don't feel like it's as universal as social media makes you think. So I'm gonna go in with Neutral Peach of Makeup by Mario and get some on his puff. I'm going to rub it into my hand so it's nice, evenly distributed. And then I am going to set the places I did not set. I am going to skip the eyes because if you have mature skin, that can be a different story. But I'm gonna set by just pressing. Not where I bronzed or blushed. Okay, so now my face is fully blurred besides my under eyes and very matte, which is not my favorite. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna melt that all together, right? We're gonna get rid of that powdery look. We're gonna bring hydration and kind of glow back to the skin. And there's a few different ways of doing that. Usually all setting sprays are called the same thing. They're all called setting spray. Setting spray, Prep Set Glow, Grip, Refresh, Fixant. Okay, so there's a difference between, like, refresh sprays are usually hydrating sprays. They don't all have the polymers to like create this film over the face so that your makeup won't move. Knowing the difference is huge. Let me know if you guys want a separate video on that. Like this Iconic London, I thought was so pretty because it has this pearlescence in it and it will add even more glow to your skin. It adds a lot of glow. Right now, that's not the look I want. Charlotte Tilbury does have polymers in hers, but then hers are also very hydrating as well. I'll have to look at the ingredients of this one, but in my opinion, this is more like a refresh spray. It's gonna melt it together. It is going to really add that glow back. I love the feeling of this one. It's one of my very favorites, and I love the mist on it as well. It's very fine. So when you wanna just kind of like melt your face, oh, it feels so cooling. Get rid of that kind of powdery finish. Usually it will add this crazy glow back to your skin. And then I have to be strategic, and then I will go back and I will repowder where I need it with more of a mature friendly pressed powder. Sometimes you hear it called a finishing powder. So loose powders, really good for oil control, matte, really setting the makeup. These, in my opinion, are better for lightweight. They can be touched up easily. They can kind of be like thrown in your bag and you can reapply them and you'll never look cakey and dry. Whereas those, if you keep layering heavier powders on top of each other, they will be a problem. So Charlotte Tilbury is definitely it's that very micro powder. It's definitely a finishing powder. And then one of my newest obsession, this Fenty Beauty Invisimatte. They call it a setting and blotting powder, but this one is one of my very favorites because under the eyes, for mature girlies like me, I don't even use the puff that comes in it. I'm obsessed with this brush. It's the Nikki LaRose M14. It's like a very dense but perfect size for around your eyes and am just going to press that powder, take away the glare. It's gonna kind of give the illusion I have less texture there, and then set it at the same time. You do not need like a heavy powder around your eyes, and then you can use this one in anywhere you kind of want to knock down additional shine, kind of blur smile lines or pores as well after you sprayed that setting spray. Blur that contour a little bit. One of my favorite powders ever. So good. I just realized I totally forgot to like add a highlight of any kind. I'd say this is one of my biggest splurges that I feel like will last you forever, and you can use it in multiple ways. You can use it as eyeshadow. You can use it inner corner highlight, illuminator, down the nose, lips. It's the Dior Backstage Universal Glow Face Palette. This is shade 1. It has 2 what they call strobes, which is this white and like champagne highlight, and then what they call a blush and a bronzer, which is the bronzy and the pink. You can literally put, I mean, I've seen people just mix all of them together, put the pink all over the blush, put the bronze over contour. I mean, if you want extra glow, this will give it to you. I'm gonna take a little bit of the gold just on my high point. But this is a really multi-purpose palette, so pretty. Before I go in with eye makeup, I am then going to what I call lock and load the makeup. When I want long term, this is what I do. I cream, powder, spray to melt together, and then I powder one more time, and then I lock it in. This, in my opinion, is not necessarily an everyday setting spray, but this one is designed to set your makeup. And you'll notice I like mini sizes so that you can try it. Like, there's no reason you need the giant size of this that's like this big and super expensive unless you know you love it already. Like, I will invest in the big one because it is that good, but they also take up a lot of room when they're full size, right? So this is the one size On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. This is designed like hairspray for your face. It's aerosol, it goes on, it has a lot of alcohol in it, so it will evaporate quickly and leave a film that will waterproof your face. This is only for special occasions, in my opinion. I don't use this every day. This is why I just have the mini one. But for occasions where you don't want your face to move, this is perfect. You just hold your breath and you douse your face. All right, so now my face is fully locked and loaded, and I can move on to the finishing touches, eyes and lips. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. Probably my go-to brows right now from Sephora is the Merit 1990, which is the very, very fine little tip for hair strokes. And then the dark brown volumizing pomade. Okay, brows are done. Let's get into eyes. I have been no stranger to tell you guys some of my favorite Sephora eye products. Oh my gosh, and now there's more at Sephora. Armani eye tints. Perfect time to buy them. I feel like this is the time though that they all sell out. So if they sell out, there's also some great colors of the Violet FR U paints. I don't know how to say that, but this is Petite Culotte, and I love the Armani ones as well. And then I love the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks. These are money as liner, as inner corner. I'm gonna wear those as well. Two of my favorite palettes, and I don't have a ton of shadow, like powder eyeshadows from Sephora because I think Saints are just superior, but I do like the Makeup by Mario, the Master Mattes Original, great mid-tone matte browns, like if you're looking for just having a nice variety. And then I do really love the colorway of this Born This Way Natural Nudes from Too Faced. So this is the one I'm going to be using because I'm all about these warm browns and warm pinks, and I can't get enough of them. Liners I love from Sephora. If you're wanting a waterline, Huda Beauty, the Longwear eye pencil. This is almost hard to remove, but it is Longwear. So good. By far the best liquid eyeliners, in my opinion, are KVD tattoo liners. They are the best felt tip, Longwear, no flaking, no smudging. I use black and brown, glorious. And then I really do like the Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil. This one even has like a little brush on the end. I do find these last really well, and they have time to kind of work. You have enough time to kind of like smudge it out if you want to, but then once it sets, it lasts. And that is always what I'm looking for in an eyeliner. I don't want transfer to my oily eyelids, none of that. Those are all passing my mature eye test. So let's do a quick eye look. Okay, friends, I'm literally out of time and need to go pick up my children. So, real quick, lips. So many good lip liners. What you need to know, if you want a more blurring end, Refi. This Plum one is beautiful. The blur liner is not going to give you a defined line, but it is going to give definition still to the lips. Otherwise, my ride or dies are Makeup Forever. The difference between the two, Artist Color Pencil, which is the wooden one, and the Artist Color Pencil Extreme, which is the black one, is that these are designed for full face, meaning you can use them lips, sculpting, eyes, the whole thing. They're not as long wearing. These actually have an ingredient that will evaporate and therefore dry down. They're waterproof. So if I'm wanting a long wear, I'm gonna go with this one. So this is what I'm gonna go in with. This is the color Endless Cacao, which is a nice gray, really great contour shade. Still have a little bit of time to kind of move them before they will set. This shade to just contour if you don't want to use it for your entire lip. Sometimes I will use something like the Refi. like outer corners, and then just contour with this gray Endless Cacao tone under the lip to trick the eye. Endless number of lip products. This new launch from LYS is absolutely beautiful. The packaging, all of it, very unique. Kind of reminds me of like a clicky pen, but twist up. What are they called? I don't even know. The applicator is a little bit tricky, I'll be honest. Maybe my lips are just too small. The triangle doesn't fit perfectly for me personally, but if you're wanting like a color, but like feeling like a balm type gloss, these are really fun. If you're looking for the best peptide lip treatments, my ride or die is Olay. This is the shimmer ones. They just launched a new color. I will be picking it up at the sale. Hopefully it's not sold out. These, not a lot of color payoff, more of like a treatment. The Edam La Choo Choo ones are beautiful and very luxurious high-end metal applicator. This one has a lot more color if I was looking for just a peptide lip. If you're wanting, I don't think these have peptides in them. The Refi tinted lip gloss, again, really beautiful metal applicator, but I don't believe it's a treatment as well. More of like a kiss of color. But if you don't like lipstick, you're wanting a gloss, this is a great one. If you're like, Sarah, this is the sale, I want more high-end stuff. One of my very favorite of all times is the YSL. This is the shade 15, the Candy Glaze. I'm obsessed with this color. It's the most like beautiful nude. These are more like glossy type lipsticks. Totally worth getting on sale. They're amazing. If you're like, nope, I like mattes, because Violet FR is now in Sephora, the Bisou Balm. This is my favorite shade. I just bought myself. Bon Myrtle. It's a beautiful matte, like this is like blurs your lips, really soft. You don't even have to line with it. It just gives you that beautiful color. It's kind of like a beautiful mauve berry tone. Love it. My favorite kiss of color lip oil would be N Beauty Cookie. This is the most beautiful. In fact, I had this color, my daughter stole it, and I had to get another one. Kind of just like nudie gloss, but it has great color payoff, and it's a lip oil, very hydrating. And then my two favorite glosses. This one I just shared with you guys. I got it for my birthday. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Watermelon, Juicy Watermelon. I'm obsessed with this. It gives the most juicy, plump kiss of color, a little bit of pink. Definitely want to try more shades, but this is one of the most popular. Kind of just like throw on the lips. Looks like just like the perfect summer color. And it is plumping, but not like burning plumping. Speaking of like plumping, but not burning plumping, I have not tried their actual fiery ones, but the Gloss Bombs by Fenty are my favorite. I'd say two of the more popular shades. I have Champ Stamp Fantasy. This is like, I'm gonna have to put more. This is like a nice nude gloss with golden shimmer, which is usually my MO. And then my daughter wanted this one for her birthday. Sweet Mouth. This one is always sold out. This one's more of a cool tone, pinky shimmer. I love both for different looks. My newest fave I'm gonna try on for you guys today is the new Gloss Bomb Sticks. Now, I will say, this leaves shimmer on your lips. Like, it's not gonna just like wipe off and then you're not gonna have anything on your lips. But they are absolutely gorgeous when you put them on. This is the Gloss Bomb Stick in Fenty Glow, which is number 1. I saw people talking about these and I was like, I must try them. Oops, I totally just jacked that up, but there's the color. Do you see that shimmer? So pretty. So this is the more nudie, warm tone. They have a pink one too that I want. They smell like the other Fenty's. It reminds me of the YSL, where it's like a lipstick, but like a gloss and very beautiful and glowy. But this one does have a little tingle. I feel like it plumps my lips, but the shimmer is beautiful. Now, I will be packing this so I can apply it all night so it doesn't wear off and just leave shimmer behind. But is that not pretty? I do love it with a caveat. So there you go, real quick. That was a lot. If you have any questions, let me know for sure. All right, friends, so there's the finished look. Hopefully it'll last all night. Hopefully you saw some goodies that you might want to add to your loves list for Sephora. I'm curious, are you guys shopping? What all are you shopping for? Is there anything I must add to mine? I'll be honest, my list is very long. Probably won't be able to get it all, but that discount is definitely gonna help me get a little bit more than normal. I will definitely continue to share some other favorites as far as skincare, all the things, because there are so many more categories that I didn't even touch. Over on Instagram, my LTK and Shop My. So if you're not following me there, make sure you go check it out. Link everything I talked about down in the drop box below the video. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Love you. Happy shopping.